Alright, Shalom Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I have to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Hakodash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who's taught us 100% truth. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to the Akim, who listens to truth and sincerity. Shalom to the sincere Ak walking out there watching and learning. It's your brother Carl from the GMS Columbus camp. Since you listen to the Rakakodash, movie Sinners. I'm not a big movie watcher, and this all kind of happened on the fly, but I definitely, feel it's heavy through the spirit, the way that I watched it, simply because I'm personally not a big movie guy. I don't typically sit and watch movies. My attention span for a lot of things is not very high, so I don't typically, like I said, sit and watch a movie. And then as far as just thinking about watching movies with the bros, with the beloved brethren, when I'm with the bros, I kind of get a little too excited, and I may get to saying stuff, and it's all through the spirit, it's all spiritual when we speak about a lot of things, just about the movie and just chatting, and certain bros, they just like to focus and watch the movie. But I definitely feel like the Lord set it up through the spirit to where I watched it with some people in the world, and it's like they don't have that level of understanding, and they don't have the spirit dealing with them in that manner to where they could understand it how I would. So it put me in a position to where I had no choice but to be quiet and watch the movie in its entirety and, just let the spirit roll with me. And, it could be vexing as well, when you're dealing with your peoples in the world, and then it just gives you more and more realization, like, man, the Lord's not dealing with these people, man. The Lord has not given them the spirit to understand. The Lord has not given them the spirit of discernment, And with that movie, it had a lot of spiritual things happening. And for me personally, like I said, I'm not a big movie guy, but it was probably one of the most spiritual movies that I've seen, And when I look at it, you can apply it to a lot of things, to the scriptures. You can filter it through the scriptures in a very heavy way. I'm sure brethren will do lots of videos and go into it. So it's definitely a must watch. Among Great Millstone. But I just kind of wanted to just pull a few precepts. I'm not necessarily gonna give any spoilers, but there will be some certain parts that I'm gonna speak on. So if Jake watching this and don't want to be spoiled, I would recommend you watch the movie first and then come back and check this video out. And we're willing, Jake with the spirit to make their own video and expound a little bit more. But yeah, it's kind of gonna be a spoiler, so I'm gonna just go into it, man, because it's very heavy and it's weighing on my spirit. Just like the apostles always say, man, strike while the iron is hot. So I'm gonna just get it out, Lord willing. But so pretty much, it's a movie about some brothers. I guess they're schemers and they do what they gotta do, whatever to get money. And that's a lesson all in itself. But the main parts that I wanted to just touch on a little bit is towards the middle and the end. Well, really, it's kind of the whole movie. But there's a part in the movie where a man came up to a house of some Edomites. He was all half burnt up and everything, and he was pleading to him to let him in. They had guns to his face, and he offered him some money. And he's like, yeah, some people are chasing after me, uh, if you could help me, he said, I got money. I'll give you the money. And if you just don't let them get to me. Right? So they let him in, and sure enough, the men that were chasing after him, trying to capture this man, were some Jakes, but they were Native Americans. Okay, the so-called Native Americans. Okay, Indians. And they were just telling him, like, hey, that man ain't right. It's best you let us get to him now, okay, or he's gonna cause a world of trouble. And of course they didn't get to him. They didn't let him get him. And whole time when they showed up, only one of the two people that saved this man came to the door. It was the wife. She went back. She's trying to call for her husband that also let this other guy in. The whole time the guy they let in was a vampire. Let him in. He bit him. They all became vampires. Whatever. Okay. So as I'm watching this and the movie goes on, what I'm getting out of it is showing you, really, you can take this all the way back to Genesis, when the serpent, which we know to be, the devil, Esau, Edom, was tempted, Eve to, take part in that sin. See? In fact, let's get that real quick. Probably spelling that wrong. Yep. Genesis 3, let's start at the top. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. He said unto the woman, yeah, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree is in the midst of the garden. The Most High hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. You see? So this woman was deceived, right? So when I watched the movie in that specific part, the woman was the one that came to the door when Jake, so-called Native Americans came to the door trying to get this man that they let in. You see? So it shows you, it showed how easily women could be deceived, first and foremost. You see, and how stubborn they are. All right. That's a very, very heavy point in this movie. You see. So we tackled that. This woman was deceived. And ultimately it led to what? It led to their demise. Right? But ultimately as well, once the movie goes on, mind you, these are Edomites, right? So they're going through and they're capturing all these. So let's take it back a little bit. So the brothers, what the heck? Slovakia. me make this quick, Lord willing. I'm gonna touch on this again in another lesson. But so as the movie goes on, they the two brothers that I spoke about in the beginning, they were trying to open up like a dance spot. You know what I'm saying? A spot where, the Jake, so-called blacks, so they come and they dance and they drink, what I'm saying? Get away from the plantation, etc. You see? So these people that eventually turn into vampires by this one man, so it's three of them now, they pull up to the spot and they're like, let us in, we want to play music for you guys and this and that, you know what I'm saying? And it was always fishy, and, eventually they didn't let them in, so the people ended up staying around. There was this white woman, well, she seems to be a Jake. I believe that she said something about her grandfather was half black or whatever, you know what I mean? So they went through that, and eventually they told the three people that were vampires, but of course they didn't know they were vampires at the time, told them to leave. Then, they found out that they were short on money for the night, so they sent the white girl out to go speak with them and, see if they can get some money out of them. She goes out, she tries to get money, she sees things are iffy, she tries to go away. They get her, turn her into a vampire. She comes back in, eventually gets one of the brothers, turns him into a vampire or whatever. And ultimately, what I'm getting out of this is it's showing how Esau has been able to deceive our people and pull them into their ways. You see, and he's doing whatever he can and speaking in whatever manner he can in order to get Jake to conform to his ways. And it showed in a big group of our people got sworn and overtaken by their ways. You know what I'm saying? And of course, in that movie sense, they got turned into vampires. But that's a very, very heavy thing, right? So I want to get this, right? Psalms 55 and verse 21. Let me see. Yep. Psalms 55 verse 21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Man, that's so heavy when I'm just thinking about this movie. Man, this is a must watch. So like I said, they're coming to Jake, right? And they've captured all these Jake from this dance party, got them all onto their ways, singing their music, you know what I'm saying? But the whole time when they're trying to get these people, they're speaking so smooth. They're speaking their language, speaking money, things that will entice them. All right. Excuse me. Things like that, man. And it's like, wow, those times are coming upon our people, man. All right. Matter of fact, and I've been reading over, I believe it's in Revelation 3. Let me see. Maybe not. Hold on. Yeah, it's Revelation 3. And mind you, this is speaking about this is Yahushua speaking to one of the 7 churches, but it's going to apply heavily to our people today, to the state we're living in today. All right, Revelation 3. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It's beautiful, right? It says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan." You see, and that's our people in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? They have become a part of Satan, man. Okay, they've took upon Esau Edom's ways, man, and we know Esau Edom to be the devil of the Bible, man. All right, just saying that we can tackle that a little bit, Lord willing. But our people have conformed to the ways of Esau, man. And that goes all the way back to the Hellenization of the Israelites, man. You see, and all the way back to even Egypt. Our people have taken on the ways and the philosophies and the idolships, and etc. of Esau Edom. You see, and they've allowed his smooth words and his soft speaking, his promises, you see, to take hold of them, right? It says, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, behold, I will make them come to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. You see? So our people will eventually be humbled, man, and brought back, you see, and understand, you know, saying that we had was what was greater, you know, saying that they've took the L, you know, saying following and meddling behind Esau Edom, man, in the wicked ways of this world. It says, verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see that? And that's the state that we're in now, you know what I'm saying, as men of the Lord, man. We pray, you know what I'm saying, that we keep the word and we keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities and keep our service to the Lord at the forefront of our minds. See, so that way we may be kept from the hour of temptation. You see, because Esau Edom is going to come with that soft, sweet words, man, and try to make it to where you need him. You see, and make everything seem like it's going to be all good. You see, that's why you got these different, even Jake, you know, you got these different philosophies out here that are pushing you against what the true MOTB is, which we know to be the micro C-hip. You see, you got different camps saying that it's this and it's that. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to gear your minds away from what's real, you see? So that way you may be caught in that swarm, man. You see? And Esau is the head of all these things, man. All these wicked things that are going to come to pass. All right? So, you know, it's very important that we keep watch and we stay on point, you know what I'm saying, and keep our minds single on what we know, all right, and not let the philosophies and the ways of this world get in our way, you see, because it will be very tempting. All right, and another thing that played out in that movie, you see, was you know, these people coming to the door back and forth trying to do their best to compel the ones that didn't you know, accept the image, you know, and accept the beast. Oh man, this is, man, Slakia. Let me see. Lord willing. I think that's what I want. It's one of these. I think that's what I want here. Revelation 13. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got to go to this. Revelation 13, on start at 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. You see? So, you know, it's ultimately, you know, people were given that choice to take part of the beast, man. You see, and they were making it seem like it was going to be so well, you know what I'm saying, and such a great thing if they tag along, if they do conform and come out of that house, man, and get bit, man, and become one of these vampires, you see. And that's what's coming out. And one thing that they were preaching and saying the whole time is about peace and about love and about being one, you see. So we got to get this, Lord willing. 1 Thessalonians 5:3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see? So, you know, that's what they come with, man. They make it like everything's gonna be all good. You come, we preach in peace, man. We're gonna be loving together. We're gonna be all one. We're all family. This, that, the third. You see? And then, you know, a lot of our people are going to conform to that, man. All right? Because what choice do they feel like they have? Because they don't have the Lord dealing with them, man. You see? So like I said, that's why we got to keep our eyes single, man. You know? But, you know, our people are going to fall victim to that, man. They're going to fall victim to those smooth words, those sweet words, man. All right? Our people already do that day in and day out, man, falling victim, man, to Esau Edom, man, and his ways, man, and the way he thinks and the way that he moves. You see, his speeches and this and that. You see, we can't let Esau Edom win, man. We can't let the image of the beast get the victory. We got to get the victory, man. You see. So really, I want to end it off with that. This right here, Revelation 15. We'll just start at the top. It says, "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and then they had gotten a victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the hearts of the Most High." You see, you know, and that sea of glass, you know, is speaking of you know, the 1/3, man, the elect, 143,000, you know what I'm saying, above the firmament, man, you know what I'm saying, looking down on this place being burnt up, man. And at the end of that movie, it showed the couple people that got the victory and didn't fold and didn't get overtaken by the beast. You see, and guess what happened to the vampires, man? They all got burnt up, man. There was a whole group of them got burnt up, man. You see, got destroyed, man. You see, and the guys that got the victory, man, they sat there and watched, man. You see, and they were able to go on and live life, man. You see, and that's gonna happen in the end, man. You see, that's what this scripture is speaking about, man. You see, getting the victory over the beast, man. You see. And that movie lets you know, man, everybody's not going to make it, man. You see? Everybody's not going to make it. All right? Them people ain't get the victory, man, so they got burnt up, man. You see? You know? The Lord puts things in place, man, for us to read through the Spirit, man. You see? Just like I was speaking about in the beginning, man, you know, it's sad, you know, that, you know, a lot of our people are not going to make it, man, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, your people closest to you, man, you know, won't make it out, man. You see? And that's sad, man, but it's just reality, man. It's just what's got to be. All right? And we can't lose our wits and lose our hope and lose our faith because our people ain't going to make it. All right? You know, and that happened a lot, man. The man lost his brother, you see? Lost his woman. You know, a couple people lost their women's, they everything, man. You see, they lost it, man. You see? You know, trying to fight, man, for they peoples, man. But man, we in this thing by ourselves, man. All right. Scripture speak about, man, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. All right. So, you know, that's pretty much it, man. You know, if you didn't watch the movie and you've seen the whole full video, you know, slacky for the spoiler, but it's a very heavy movie. And I believe it's a must watch, you know, and Lord willing, like I said, Jay can do some videos on it, you know, filter it through the scriptures as well. But with that, Lord willing, I was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Ruchakodash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I'm going to say Shalom and Abad Babal.